Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, February 20th, 2024. I'm Giovanni Benacourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. Now, we had yesterday a President's Day. It was a holiday, so we didn't have that much volume volatility in the markets. But today we have obviously open up to the downside, or looking that we're going to be, the implied open will be to the downside. Now, besides that, the stock market is having an incredible start to the year. Not only has it continued to climb after a spectacular 2023, but it also seems impervious to suggestions that the Federal Reserve isn't going to start cutting interest rates anytime soon. That's got a lot of people wondering if the good run might be coming to an end soon. Nvidia's earnings tomorrow may provide a litmus test. It's probably the stock that has gained the most on the back of optimism about artificial intelligence, which is up about 47% this year, and the price has more than tripled in the past 12 months. Now, can the outlook for sales justify a further run higher? We'll also learn more about the Fed's thinking this week. Minutes from the last meeting are due Wednesday, and we are due to hear from no fewer than 5 speakers from the central bank later in the week. Now, current noises suggest the Fed is in no rush to start cutting. Expectations for the first move lower have been moved back to June. A few weeks ago, it was March. If inflation refuses to cooperate and stops coming down, the Fed may even be tempted to raise rates again, and that can't be good for stocks. The Reserve Bank of Australia is saying that out loud. In the US, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers said on Bloomberg TV that he sees it as a real possibility. The good news for stocks has been surprisingly strong economic growth and low unemployment. At some point, though, the radical Fed hikes since 2022 will start to bite. Consumers have run down savings from the COVID-19 pandemic, and mortgage rates are going up again. In a broad sense, Capital One's purchase of Discover, announced early last Tuesday, could be seen as a bet that there will be plenty of money to be made from credit cards. The Fed and the stock market aren't working together as a team. Eventually, one of them will blink. So with that being said, what can we expect for today's fluctuation in the markets? Well, downwards. The implied open in the Nasdaq is to the downside. So internally, you can use 17,600 as a probable, psychological support level for it. But I have mine at 17,500. And the same token goes for the S&P. Okay, so in 4960 as support, so that could be a target. And for the Dow, 38,380 is a target as we continue to move lower. Now, crude oil was kind of like making an ascending triangle, but it's broken it to the downside. So right now, I will speculate, because that's what we are, speculators, that 77 could be that psychological support level for it, and from here, bounce. Now, it could also just continue to trend, to trade lower to store 76, 75. But let's see what happens. I'm still bullish on crude oil, so I'm still looking for 80. Will that happen this week? I don't know. We'll find out. So Nat Gas. Nat Gas yesterday had opened with a gap down, and today we happen with a gap up. So that right here, it just tells you there are big forces trying to sustain Nat Gas right around this area, $1.50-ish. Now, will that hold? Will this just be sort of like a dead cat bounce, where the market fluctuates to the downside, creates a bottom and rebounds, trades a bit higher, and then just finds resistance and then just drops again? That could be one of those scenarios. Now, the other scenario that it could recuperate, it has bounced with a gap up and will continue to trade higher. But we are in oversold territory in that gas. So perhaps a bit more of a correction can be accepted. 170 could be that target, and that'll bring it back into neutral, perhaps. But be wary. Gold, however, is the RSI has crossed the 50 value point, which implies a momentum pickup to the upside. So going with the momentum, going with the trend, is your friend. So stay long, go buying gold, silver, also same token, RSI above the 50 marker. So 2330 could be that target. Copper has, it needs to recuperate. It has been, in the previous days, it did make some nice move to the upside, but it did come off of a lows right here, 363. So let's see if now it has created a double top, and that double top will be respected. I see that's to be seen. But that also has a lot of things has a lot to say about that. Let's see Bitcoin. Bitcoin is flattish, is ranging, is in consolidation stage, lateral movement, if you will, and this is a great setup. This is the setup of a breakout. Will it break up to the upside, or it will break out to the downside? We are in the overbought territory, so perhaps a pullback towards the 50 marker, and then again that could be contemplated. Then the currencies, looking for the euro to come up to 108.5 as the RSI climbs above the 50 value point in there, and the pound also trading towards the 126.50, and that will happen if we see the dollar index just continue to devaluate itself and trade towards the 103.6 marker. That could happen. All right, well, that is it for me today. I thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.